is good, my peeps? It's the Ruckus, and we have arrived. We've been taking a look at the Executioner wave, 7 figures. We went through them all, working our way towards what we got in front of us. You see the pieces, you see the parts. The Executioner is the Build-A-Figure for this wave, and we are ready to put him together. So what we're going to do right now is I'm going to at least let you guys know what pieces came from whom, right? Logan, of course, was unnecessary to build the Executioner. Iron Man Mark 72 came with the head and the axe. Dark Avengers Spider-Man came with the right leg. Warbow came with the right arm and extra hand. Werewolf by Night came with the left arm and hand. The Enchantress, she came with the torso. And lastly, Phantom Rider came with the left leg. Let's go ahead and get this Build-A-Figure party started. I'm going to put Skurge's head to the side, pick up the torso, and we'll start with the legs. And you guys know how this goes pretty much. Wiggle that in. We're going to do this other leg now. Wiggle that in. And that's what we have so far. And yes, Skurge, this is a Build-A-Figure, so you know he's going to be tall. So we have that. Next up, I'm going to do the left arm and get that in there. Also play the wiggle game. And that's in there. It didn't snap or anything, but it is in there. It's secure in there. Then the other arm, same deal. Do the same thing. And that's what we have. So I'm going to stand him up for right now and then back off the camera. Step him back some so he can all the way get in there. And now the final part, the head, which is going to be on a hinge joint. And that is that in terms of building Skurge. You see that his right hand is a C gripper. That's for the axe. Let me get that in there right now. The fingers aren't very hard, which I'm glad for that, because sometimes C grippers are very hard and you have to heat them up to warm them. So there we go. And now there is our boy Skurge, the Executioner. Let's get a better look at our newly assembled Build-A-Figure, the Executioner. Looking at the head sculpt, looking very, very good. It looks, that is definitely Skurge. You know, he's got the, I don't know if that's supposed to be hair, because it definitely, his hairline went way back if that's supposed to be hair and not like a tattoo or something. But, yeah, that's how it goes down. We've got, he's got the good mustache goatee connect going on. You love that. The eyes are looking cool. He's got baby blues going on. Then for the body, we've got, you know, his uniform is essentially blue. And we've got a vest or some body armor. It's kind of like an overlay. It's not really, it's part of it. It's not like you can take it off or anything, but it definitely is separate. I can tell when I look in here. So pretty cool. We've got the straps that go over the shoulders and the silver painted studs that go all the way to the rear. Very nice. And then speaking of studs, on the shoulder parts there, we've got some nice silver paint, and on his gloves and above his above his hands, the top of his hands, I should say, more of that right there on the skirt piece. And the skirt piece is, soft plastic, rubbery kind of plastic. It's part of his, we'll call it belt here. Lower half, the legs molded in black. And then we've got the boots, got the fur at the top of the boots, pretty cool. Then you see how that goes down there. Looking at the rear, there's nothing additional. So that's how that goes down. And let's see what our articulation is like with this guy. As I stated before, I just popped the head off. His head is on a ball hinge. I guess I didn't have it fully seated maybe, because it looks like I can go back a little bit further. Anyway, he can look up that far. Pretty cool. He can look down, which he needs to be able to because he's taller than most. You can rotate the head, and you get just a little bit of the pivot. He can get you a T-pose like that. He can get you the 360-degree rotation. He does not have butterfly joints, so your rear back is there. Your crossbody, which there is none, is right there. He has bicep swivels. He's got single jointed elbows, and they swivel as well. He has rotating wrists. Excuse that noise. And he can hinge horizontally. And as far as his right hand, the axe wielder, that hinges vertically. He's got a diaphragm, so he can get you that far forward, that far back. You can lean with it, rock with it, and of course you get your rotation there. From there, then that's all you get, nothing at the waist or anything like that. He can do the splits that far apart. He can kick, not bad considering he's got the skirt that's giving very minimal impediment. He's got the thigh cut, that's where we connected the leg at, double jointed knees. He doesn't have a swivel at the top of the boot, unfortunately. He can point his toe that far forward, that far up. He's got the ankle pivot, and you see those holes at the bottom of his feet. So, we've got the articulation that we would love. I would have preferred if he had rotation articulation there at where the boot meets the leg, but we didn't get that. So it is what it is. Here's what his other two hands look like, molded in blue, and they too have the studs on the top of the hands. And here's a close look at that axe. Pretty nice. Very nice. The edges are painted in silver. It's kind of like the body of the blade is like a black kind of, and it's got nice details. You could tell that this has been utilized in battle before. Look at the chips in the bladed parts. I love that attention to detail there, and it's a very nice grade of silver that Hasbro has blessed us with. And then we have the handle. It appears that they're separate pieces. So this is molded in that brown, connected to the axe, and then we put the handle, the bottom, connected to the base, the body of the handle. So yeah, this is a very, very nice axe. I know I usually don't take measurements, but this is a Build-A-Figure, and that needs to be taken into consideration. So Skurge the Executioner is coming in at around 7.5 inches. Now that's pretty crazy. The reason I say that's pretty crazy is because Hasbro, Marvel Legends, their scaled are, the scale is 1/12, 6-inch scale figures. It's a little bit larger than 6 inches. They've grown in scale. Technically, I would say their scale is about 6.5 inches, for the average figure. Now, 1/12 scale, that means every inch equates to a foot. So that's where you get that 1/12 scale from. Skurge, I just measured him at 7.5 inches. He is listed at 7 foot 2 inches, which is large, tall for an Asgardian. Now he is half Asgardian and half Storm Giant, which explains his larger size. He's large for an Asgardian, and he gets clowned by his fellow Storm Giants. He's short for a Storm Giant and only, and I'm doing the quotation marks, only 7'2". Now, the reason I say that's crazy is because, let's keep it a buck, at 7.5, that's pretty accurate. But like I said, Marvel Legends is all over the place. He comes in shorter than 85th anniversary Odin, right? Odin is listed at 6'9", which is not insubstantial in its own right. But Skurge comes in shorter than Odin. Now, here's the deal. We can always assume, Odin being who Odin is, he can always appear larger. You know, he's got the power probably to make himself look large. Because I know back in the day, go back to the 60s, sometimes he would appear to Thor as this very large, huge, ethereal figure. You know, so it's not within the realm of believability that Odin can be that large. Plus, when he's that large, he looks more imposing and imperial. So you get a pass on that. We know Odin's got him beat, and fortunately, so does the Hulk. Here we have one of Marvel's original dynamic duos. We've got Skurge here, right next to Amora the Enchantress. And yeah, they go way back. They were introduced together, if I'm not mistaken. I believe so. And yeah, they've parted ways in terms of, you know, teaming up. But he's always, let's just say, available to her. Put it that way. And also, she's part of this wave. She helped build Skurge. And we get a look at the almost complete original Masters of Evil. We're just missing the Melter. So yeah, Hasbro, get on that. But from our left to right, we have got the Black Knight, the original Black Knight, at least as far as Marvel is concerned. The original Black Knight was introduced as a villain. He's actually a Black Knight in a long line of Black Knights, his bloodline. Then, of course, on the far right, we have Radioactive Man. And right there heading everything up, you see him. That is Baron Heinrich Zemo, father to Helmet, the modern one. And as an added bonus comparison, more bonus for me, because you see who he's next to, I get to retire this custom Skurge the Executioner that I've had for double figure years. And he shows the wear and tear, but now he can finally go into the sunset knowing that he has been succeeded, that's a good word, by a worthy candidate. Here's a group shot of the entire wave. 8 figures. Quite possibly the most eclectic wave Marvel Legends has ever put out. Hasbro Marvel Legends, I mean, because, I mean, just look at the diversity we've got going on here. The only common denominators here are the Enchantress and, of course, the Build-A-Figure Executioner. Other than that, this is a mishmash, you know. Hasbro must have known what they were doing. Especially like with me, because Skurge is definitely a bucket list item that I can now write off. I can check that one off. And he probably was for a lot of people, and Hasbro went on and put him in a wave with the majority of characters he's got nothing to do with. He's got history with Iron Man, you know, from battling the Avengers way back in the day. But other than that, and of course the Enchantress, other than that, it's just a mishmash, like I said. Anyway, this is what we got, and you need them if you want to build. If you want to build Skurge the Executioner. In terms of ranking them, that was kind of rough because, once again, most of these characters or figures, I can tell you from, personally, I didn't ask for them, but this is what we got. So, got the set. I've got to rank them from top to bottom. Of course, Skurge would be number one if I included the bath, which you should never do that. That's unfair. The Build-A-Figure is supposed to be the best. That's not always the case, but it's supposed to always be the best. So taking him out of the equation, because he would have been the best to go around, both objectively and subjectively, because he's the one that, I was definitely aiming for. But taking him out of the mix, my number one, or if we're going to go all the way from bottom to top, we'll go all the way from bottom to top. Warbow is riding the bottom. Sorry, guy. And then Dark Avenger Spider-Man is there at 6. Werewolf by Night is coming in at 5. The Phantom Rider is 4. I'm giving Logan 3. I know we've had a million Wolverines, but I just like this look, and it gives me hope that we're going to get a World War II version of Nick Fury. Number 2 is going to be the Enchantress, because I know she's a kind of like a redo, but the parts that they hooked her up with, it increased her height a little bit, making her more Asgardian-like, and plus she was needed. They had to put somebody tied to Skurge in this wave, and who better than Amora the Enchantress. And number 1 is Mark 72, Iron Man. Gotta love the look. The Mysterium armor, definitely his most indestructible armor, and possibly most powerful if you don't even think about any Hulk busters. But yeah, that's how I sum mine up. What's your list? Let me know down below. What do you think about this wave? What do you think about the Build-A-Figure? How about, the Build-A-Figure? Let me know about what you think about the Executioner. Then the wave, do you agree with me that this was a very unusual gathering of characters? And what's your order that you would place them in? Is Skurge enough for you to get this entire wave if you're not with some of the characters in it, or not? Let me know. Also, if you haven't subscribed, do that. Definitely give a thumbs up or down if that's how you feel. I just said subscribe. I already said leave comments and hit that notification bell so that way you can be alerted when I come up with something else. And I don't need to come up with something else because I do have something else already, and I'll be bringing that to you next go round, simply because it would be inhuman of me to not do so. Anyway, until next time, this has been the Skurge Build-A-Figure, I should say more accurately, the Executioner Build-A-Figure wave, Marvel Legends, Hasbro, The Ruckus. Peace.